Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay, and in today's video I'm going to be going over my makeup looks for the week. If you're interested in makeup, fragrance, body care, all of that good stuff, then be sure to subscribe. This week I feel like I certainly had a theme of the colors I went for, and I go over a lot of the looks that I recently did in my 1 week 1 palette video with the Odens Love Language palette. So if you're interested in seeing that in a bit more detail, I will link that video up in the cards. But I do feel like these pictures look a bit different than what was shown on the video. So on January 13th, my first look was with the Odens and Morgan Turner Love Language palette. For this palette, I focused on using the pinks. First, I used the pink matte. I packed it on the lid and I sheared it out in the crease to use it as a transition shade as well. And then in the outer corner, I used the dark purple matte. And then for the shimmers, I used Heart, which is a light pink shimmer with multicolored sparkles, and then Valentine, which is a hot pink shimmer. I feel like this look turned out really beautiful. And then I just used the satin white inner corner that was in the palette. For the blush, I used the Westman Atelier Petal Blush, the highlighter, the Wet n Wild Blossom Glow Pink highlighter, and then the Odens Beso lip color, which is just this beautiful flattering pink color. I really did enjoy this pink purple look. I tried to mostly stick with the pinks, but I liked using the dark purple matte just to make it a little bit more interesting. For the look on the 14th, I used my Pan That palette, the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette, and the main shimmer I used was Moon Magic, which is a beautiful light purple shimmer with bright blue sparkles. And I always feel so pretty in looks from this palette, and I feel like I say that every single time. For the blush, I use that combination. I've been really liking the Milani Blushing Berry with the M Cosmetics Cherub Blush. And then for the lip, I use the Huda Beauty She Flirty Lip Gloss, which is just like a light pink, easy to use, milky gloss. For the 15th, we go back to the Odens and Morgan Turner Love Language palette. And for this look, I wanted to focus on the purples. So I used the light purple matte in the crease called Crush and the dark purple matte called Date Night in the outer corner. I'm pretty sure I used the dark purple satin called Treat in the outer corner as well on top of that dark purple matte. And then I focused in on two of the purple shimmers, the darker one being Gifts, which has a dark purple base with pink sparkles, and then Daydream, which has multicolored sparkles over a light purple base. And then I used Touch, that white satin, for the inner corner. And I love wearing purple eyeshadows. I thought this look looked really pretty. Those purple shimmers are so beautiful. For the blush, I used the LYS Grateful Cream Blush. And I forgot about this blush. I haven't worn it in a while, but I used to love wearing it for my purple looks. And then I used the Odens Love Language Lip Gloss, which two of the glosses in the collection have this kind of sparkly kind of sheen to them, and that's one of them. I think it's pretty. Some people might not like that, but I think they were really neutral and easy to go with any of the looks in the palette. And then for January 16th, with the Odens Morgan Turner Love Language palette, I wanted to do more of like an ethereal look with the pinks and the purples. So I packed the pink matte Amour on the inner part of the lid, and then on the outer part I used the purple matte, the light purple matte Crush, and the dark purple matte called Date Night. And then for the shimmers on the inner part of the lid, I used Cuddles, which is a smooth light peachy pink, and then I used Flirt, which is a purple to aqua duochrome. For the blush, I used the LYS Grateful Blush with the M Cosmetics Cherub light pink blush on top to kind of mix, purpley with the pink. And then for the lip, I used the Odens Love Language gloss as well. I really liked this two-toned kind of look, and it felt very ethereal, and I felt very pretty in it. And then for my last look with the Odens Morgan Turner Love Language palette done on January 17th, I went for more of a smoky, sultry sort of look. So I did a dark purple halo eye, and then in the middle I used 829, which is this sparkly gold shimmer. I think this might be my favorite shimmer in the palette. It has like chunky gold sparkles. And then I used Daydream, which is that light purple shimmer on the inner corner. And yeah, I think this might have ended up being my favorite look. You can see from the picture, I feel like it blended out really well. And I love that addition of the gold sparkly shimmer because I think it can really work with the pink, the purple, or browns, or anything, and it can kind of ground an otherwise very colorful look. For the blush, I use the LYS Grateful blush, and then lip, I use the Odens Beso gloss. Then for my last look, it was my first look ever using an Unearthly Cosmetics palette. This was on the 18th. So as you might have seen, I rolled it into my deck of panning project to just use No Pan Left Behind. And so I went for kind of more so another purpley look. So I ended up using Forgotten Fortress, which has like a periwinkle base with multicolored sparkles, and Night Watcher, which has a dark blue base with blue and purple sparkles. And their shimmers are very beautiful, very smooth and dimensional. It was very easy to apply everything, and I felt like it looked really beautiful. For the blush, I used the Milani Blushing Berry Blush and M Cosmetics Cherry Blush. For the highlighter, I used my Skin Food Twinkle Cookie Milk S'more, just like a champagne highlighter. And then for my lip, I used the ColourPop Cookie Lippy Sticks and the Huda Beauty She Flirty Lip Gloss on top. The Cookie Lippy Stick was also one that I brought in for my deck of panning, which was like a product that I wish I could return. And I just picked like the best color that I had, and I felt like it turned out pretty good. So I think I'll be able to use it and maybe eventually finish it up. But those are the looks that I have for you over the last week. I didn't take a picture of my last look, but it was just kind of more of a neutral look that I did with my Rose Quartz palette. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to know what kind of makeup you've been wearing lately in the comments below. Bye!